Hello, my name is John Schneider. When I was a kid, I used to visit my Grandma Vi in the Jersey Bayshore area, and I'd take 8mm movies of my family and their friends. In fact, I was the family filmmaker. Today I live here, but traded my film camera for video, and recently shot this tugboat in the Shrewsbury River. Welcome to Jersey Bayshore country. Where is the Jersey Bayshore? Let's get oriented by starting with the big picture. It's somewhere in here, part of the universe, and definitely part of our world. But it's like no place I've ever experienced. And as soon as we land, I'll show you around. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jersey Bayshore Country. I'm your host, John Schneider, and today's program is very interesting. This is a conversation with the straight-talking Jersey medium, Jennifer Davino Lull. She's my guest here today in my house. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you said as you came in, you picked up some good vibes. Do you think that's just my superior decorating skills, or do you feeling something else?
There's definitely a lot of energy in the home. At least 3 different energies that are here.
Three. Now, when you say energy, is that synonymous with entity or just energy in general?
Well, for when I say energy, I talk spirit. So all different types of spirit. So whether it be angels, whether it be people that have passed on, whether it just be really good energy that you have in the home. But what I was picking up on, 3 energies that have passed on.
Well, I tell you, I think the energy in this house is wonderful. I felt it when I got in here. This is an old picture. I'll show it to you. We'll show it to the folks at home, as they say on television.
Oh, very nice.
This house was built in the 20s, but we're actually sitting in the parlor. Mm-hmm. And this is where, if somebody passed away, this is where they'd have the funeral, and they put the casket right here in this window. So maybe we're picking up something.
Maybe that's what I'm picking up on the energy. I'm feeling a gene. A Jean.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there's so many. We're going to have to go into this. My daughter's name is Jeannie, and her grandma, my ex-wife's mother, was named Jean, and
really?
we were very, very close. Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing Jean, Jean.
Yeah, that's how she spelled it. Yeah, exactly. My gosh, it's happening already. Now, I've said to Jennifer, if she pick. Oh, see, look,
I'm already messing it all up. I know. I just put it down.
I said to Jennifer, if she feels something as we talk, just to stop me and say, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. I can be crying my eyes out, and she'll stop and say something. Well, I guess we got to know right away, what in the world is a medium?
Well, what a medium is that we connect to the next energy from our plane. So when I talk about the ethers, when I talk about,
are you going to be talking all this technical talk?
I might be.
You got to tell me. Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Are you talking about spirits? Are
Yes.
these people that have passed on?
Yes.
And you are a medium. I can utilize you to connect
to talk
to them.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
And that's exactly what a medium is.
Is there a toll cost for this? I mean,
No.
do I have to pay a charge
No,
to get
not today.
through them? No, not today.
Not
Good.
today.
So, are you pretty good at this?
I've been doing it now professionally since I was 20, so I'm going to be 40 coming up in.
You told your age.
Yes,
oh my goodness, you
I'm
look
fine
very
with that.
young.
Thank
You look
you.
very young.
But I started doing it when I was 20, but I realized I was a medium or was able to see and talk to spirit when I was 9. Because my grandfather passed away, and he would come and sit at the foot of my bed and tell me all the dirt about my family.
Wait a minute, you saw him?
Yes.
But did you ever see him when somebody else was in the room with you and they didn't see him, or how does that work?
Well, what happened was I remember him coming to me. I wasn't asleep. I was awake. I would wake up. He would be sitting there and he would tell me about different things about the family. I would go and tell my mom, and my mom was also an intuitive sensitive. So my mom sort of understood what I was talking to her about.
Sure.
So everything I would tell her, she was like, "Don't say it. Don't tell anybody else. It's just for us to know."
Right.
I'm like,
right.
"Okay, Mom." So, and then I started seeing auras right after that. So when I look at somebody, I'm able to see their aura, their magnetic energy that is around them, which different colors mean different things. So whether it's coming into your life, going out of your life, something to stabilize you right now.
All right, Jennifer. Now, do you actually see an aura?
Yes.
Or do you just intuitively sense an aura, the color?
I see it. I'm able to see it with my eye, or even with my eyes closed, with my third eye.
Now, do you have to try to see it, or with the minute you walked in the door, did you see my aura?
Well, what happens is I've been gifted. I've been able to turn my energy, my spirit energy, on and off. So when I wake up in the morning,
Nice.
I say my prayer and I meditate.
Yeah.
And then it turns me on to spirit, for spirit to know I'm ready to work. I don't do it every day, because when I'm off, I want to be off. I want to be Mom Jen, not Medium Jen.
Yeah, for sure. I don't blame you.
So this morning I turned on.
Yeah.
And I got all ready for today.
Nice.
And but not everybody has the ability to turn on and off. Some mediums are on all of the time.
Oh, that's got to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
So what color am I?
With you, I see a lot of dark blue. So when I get dark blue, it means like transition going on, having a lot of transitions in your life. But then you also have a lot of green around. And it's funny how you said around here, because when I get green, for me, it means healing, but it means growing, healing, teaching, and learning.
Yeah.
So that's a lot around your heart area. But then you have a lot of light yellow. So when I get light yellow, it means spirituality, it means awareness, it means also bringing people together in unique ways.
Wait a minute, I'm a friggin' rainbow.
No, you are.
I am.
Yeah. A lot of times I just see one color around people.
Yeah.
The other time I do get the rainbow.
Right.
I have a spirit guide. His name is Richard. And
Now, when you say a spirit guide, is this a deceased person?
Well, in a way, yes. It's somebody that I had a past life with.
Well, they are dead.
They are dead.
Okay, I see.
They are
Okay,
dead.
okay,
and
good.
his name is Richard, and he's been with me, I want to say, since I was 11 years old. But the first time I saw him with my mind's eye was when I was 19, on my 19th birthday.
Well, I have a question for you. I play Yahtzee every day when I'm in the bathroom to pass the time. Some people read magazines and newspapers.
He plays
I play
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. But here's the thing. And I've been doing this for a long time, I'm convinced that someone is playing Yahtzee with me.
Okay.
And that they're helping me because I ask for certain things and I get them. And sometimes it's when I'm really sleepy. I'm in that kind of nether zone of not being awake, not being asleep. That this person is, I think it's a woman. Do you have any sense of who it could be? You know?
I believe a grandmotherly energy to you.
Wait, what did you just
It's
say?
a grandmotherly energy that is
I think it is.
you.
I think it is a grandmother.
It's on Mama's side.
Yes, exactly.
A very sweet woman, a very strong lady.
Oh,
very
yes,
strong lady.
yes.
But she's definitely protective. But if you were to ask her for help, she'd definitely be the first one to help you.
Her
with
name
it.
was Lillian Catherine Marie, and I remember as a kid I was deathly afraid of her passing away because I didn't want to lose her. I loved her so much. In fact,
definitely.
brings tears to my eyes just now.
The second energy is a male energy that comes through. But with the male energy, I think it has to do with the home.
With this home?
Yes.
Oh, that he maybe lived here or something?
Either he lived here or definitely lived around this area.
All right, okay.
And it's funny, yes, we are on the water, but I really believe he either was a fisherman or was some sort of captain of something.
Well, the original owners of this house built it. He was a sea captain.
Okay.
How much? I get $100. I'm going to give you $100. Tell me everything. No. Now, do you do this? I know you turn it off and on, but you do it for a living?
Yes, I do.
And what is it? What do you charge people? How does it work? What's your array of services?
What's my array of services? Okay, well, how it goes with me is that I'm able to pick up on every every different thing. So I am a medical intuitive. I'm able to pick up on energy of somebody in that area.
So wait, you can tell me if there's something going on in my body. You're like Bones in Star Trek with the scanner
sort
machine,
of like
and
with
you
a scanner machine. Yeah.
Wow. Medical is one. What's another kind of service that you provide?
I'm like I said, I'm able to speak to spirit. I'm able to hear spirit and give messages to people that say their loved ones or their angels or say spirit guides would like to provide. The next thing what I am able to do is called precognitive. It's able to let you know what is going to be coming up within the next year. Like I said, I'm able to see your aura. I'm able to hear energy and spirit. I'm able to feel exactly how they felt when they passed on. So a lot of times they have me feel that for me to know that I am with the right person.
My gosh, holy mackerel! That sounds terrible. I mean, in terms of feeling what they were feeling as they passed on.
I understand that, but I also know it is I want to say service, and I am able to help others, whether it be with closure or just all around knowing that their loved ones are okay, and they are.
Right. Do spirits tend to hang around cemeteries, or do they get out of there as quickly as possible?
I'm not going to say I haven't seen an energy in a cemetery because I have.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're not there.
Right.
They're with us.
They're out living in the world here.
That's
exactly,
what it is.
Exactly,
I mean, yes, their remains are there, but they're not. They're where their loved ones are.
Yeah. How has this changed you in terms of growing up, knowing the things that you do? You obviously are seeing things and hearing things and experience things that most of us don't feel or see or hear. Well, how's it changed you? How's that made you...
For one, I believe it's made me a very strong person. A thick-skinned energy that as a person to be able to know I can help others, but I have to know I let spirit in and I remove myself out.
Sure.
So, yes, I'm feeling it. And, I mean, I always was in trouble in school. I mean, whether the teachers...
You? Sweet little
me.
you?
Well, what happened was when the teachers would all yell and this and that,
sure.
I would just read them just like that. My great-grandmom, she was an amazing medium, and she bought one of the first farms in Hazlitt. We have pictures of her doing readings and healings with chickens all around.
Is this hereditary?
Yes, it is.
It is hereditary.
Yes, it
is. So have you have a daughter?
Yes, I do, Skylar
And
Rose.
so how old is she?
She is 12.
And what about her abilities?
She's a medium. She's
my gosh.
She talks to my mom all the time. She talks to my grandmom all the time, Nana. My father comes and visits her every once in a while, but when she walks
So you're talking like these people are alive, but
Yes.
most of the people you're talking about are
in
dead,
spirit.
are in spirit world,
Are
right?
in spirit world. You know?
Have you run across some of these negative energies?
Oh,
these,
yeah, love, I have.
Yeah, you know, I spent the night, we talked before the show, in the Burroughs Mansion, and upstairs in the slave quarters, I was drawn to the slave quarter room because there was so much negative energy up there. Can this negative energy be destructive?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah?
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So I like to clear away from that negative energy.
Yes.
But what is a good thing to do to get away? Should I burn sage or something?
White sage is really nice to do. It is something you go throughout your home to do. You start at the furthest part and then you work your way forward and up the stairs and down.
Now, sage is an old
Indian.
An old Indian. What do you call it? Herb, right?
Herb.
And it's kind of funny because it smells like marijuana.
Yes, it does.
And you're asking me, well, how does he know marijuana? So anyway, that's one way, right?
One way. A second way is also to get holy water, say from your local church that is blessed.
Yeah.
A third way is to have sea salt, and sea salt put in every four corners of your home.
Really?
Also around your property. Then there's other things. Say you would like to drum the energy out. I know shamans that would drum energy out.
Yeah. Why is it that people like me, who are open and sensitive, I think, and I use intuition all the time, why aren't they visiting me? Now, you talked about a male here that could be a ship captain.
I really believe so, yeah.
So how can we invite him into the conversation? How could we find out more about him? What should we just be quiet for a little while and see what happens, or what?
No. It's more of like him wanting to talk.
Well, I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he'd like listen?
He might talk, but he's right over I mean, I know it's not funny, but he is right over there. He was a younger male when he passed, though. He wasn't that old. I want to say, well, old is
Yeah.
maybe 60s, maybe late 50s.
Wait a minute, you're saying that's not old? Thank you.
No, it's not
Thank you.
old.
Good.
But I believe it was older in his time. You know what I mean? He did have a wife and children.
Can we get his name, do you think?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yes, your name is John, but
That could be his wife. I don't know.
Where's the...
Right? She's almost a ghostly kind of spirit right there.
Oh my God!
That
no
could be.
way.
Yeah, that could be his wife.
Ain't that a hope? But he is showing me. You know, he was very proud of what he did. He was very proud of being a captain of the ship or whatever. I don't believe it was a humongous ship. I feel it was like a smaller boat, very, very He loved what he did. He loved being on the ocean. He loved being in the water. Yes, I know you bought the home. I believe it was them and then someone else, then you guys. You know what I mean? I feel that
it was
3 trade-offs.
Exactly. I think I'm the third owner. Yes.
Okay. And he's more the protector of the house, hon. You know what I mean? He's very much a protective energy. He loves being here. He knows he's in spirit. He's not a ghost in any way. But this is my home. You know what I mean?
I hope he likes what I've done with it, because I've changed it around a lot.
He's not giving me any energy in that way, but he loves to be here. He still even loves being near the water.
He's welcome here.
But let me see if I can get his name. I know your name is John. He might be John.
Really? Okay. Well, it's if he ever decides to appear to me, I'm happy with it. It probably will freak me out a little bit. I hear from the rumor mill, the reincarnation rumor mill, that there are old lives and young lives.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, there is.
So I've always thought that I was a fairly young life. I don't know why. Can you read that in people? Can you tell?
Usually I can read that in people. I'll be honest, that's not one of my big fortes that I do go into.
Okay.
But I'm able to meet somebody, say, if they are an old soul or they are more of a newer energy to.
Sure. I'm pretty new, I think.
I think.
That's why I have a rainbow. It's not.
You have a lot of rainbow. Yeah, you're not dull at all. You have a lot of colors around you.
So, what do you think? What do you think, Jennifer, is your greatest strength in this whole area?
In my whole everything. Okay. I believe my greatest strength is connecting loved ones from spirit to the living.
Okay. And what success have you had doing that? Tell us about that.
You know what? I mean, I'm not one for... It's not tooting my own horn.
Oh, toot it, baby.
No, I just feel it's like all the people that have felt good about after leaving me going... I'm really word of mouth. You know what I mean? You're only...
Not after this show. But, you'll be famous.
But seriously, it's like it's word of mouth. It's like...
Yeah. All right, I got that. I got that. But talk about... Toot your horn. I want to know when you've been able to reunite or have an experience where you brought loved ones back together.
I don't remember readings as much, but just recently I connected a family member to a woman that passed, a whole family to a woman that passed on, and it had to do with drugs and all of that type stuff, and I was able to help her let them know that it wasn't just her, there was somebody else there with them, and the police sort of pushed it to the side and now they're going and being more strong with the case that
Wow.
they're doing now. Yeah,
So-
I've worked with a lot of police departments and prosecutors' offices.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Like what's an example of that? Besides the one you...
the one the one that was not too long ago. It was a gentleman that he left a place, and I want to say it was Hoboken. And it wasn't just the gentleman that just was found. It was another time, and their family came to me because he left. From my understanding, he left drinking with his family. He went home. He changed. He went out for a run, and they came to me and asked me where they would find him, and I was able to let them know where to go look.
That's
And
great.
they found him.
Can you find lost objects using the spirit world?
That's psychometry. Yes.
Psychometry.
It's called psychometry.
Psychometry. Okay.
I will say I do have pretty good energy with that. People do call me all the time. Where's my wallet? Where's my this?
It happens to me every day.
And I just recently had a woman. She was freaking out. She was on her way to Phoenix to go visit her sister. She couldn't find her wallet. Her wallet was gone. Everything is gone. I don't have this, that. And she called me, and I said, it's where you were riding in. You dropped it where you were riding. She goes, oh my God. She goes, I took a bus yesterday. I said, you better call the bus company.
Right.
And they, thank God, knock on wood, they had, everything was in her wallet. All her money was still in her wallet. And she was able to pick it up at the...
I lost my wallet in my golf bag one time, and I couldn't, I think it dropped off, and I went through the golf course like for hours trying to find it, and finally called and canceled all my credit cards. And 2 years later, I was playing golf, and there it was at the bottom of my...
Ain't that a hope?
And I thought I searched my entire case. Well, it is a fascinating subject, and how can people reach you if they want to...
Well, if they'd like to come to see me, my website is jerseymedium.com. To email me is spirit2314 at Hotmail.
Mm-hmm.
I do have my office here in Keyport in my home. And I read on Mondays, I read on Thursdays, I read on Saturdays, sometimes on Tuesdays when I do events. I do a lot of fundraisers. I'm going to be also doing one for soon for the Keyport cheerleaders for my daughter. And for them to be able to go to Hershey Park, which is nice. And so if they were just to contact me through there, a half-hour reading is $80. An hour is $145.
Now, do you have recurring customers? Do you
Oh,
have
of
people that
course.
come every week? Or
No. Let me tell you, honey, I have not a blacklist. I do have a list of people that I won't read for, or I do give them time in between. There are people, if I was to let them come every week, they would. But
Really?
I don't. I'm not anybody's crush.
Teach me how to be a psychic, and they can come here.
I know, right?
I'll
I'll be like,
take the
come
money.
on, Hilda, you can go see John. He's over there. But like I said, I don't promote coming to get readings all of the time. I say maybe 6 months to a year, if not longer.
Yeah.
You know, you have to let time for energy to change.
Yeah.
And say if somebody passed on and you think you're going to be able to talk to them in like a week or two after,
Sure.
it doesn't work that way.
Well, I have just a few more questions. And one is, can you see your own aura?
Yes, I can.
And what color is yours usually?
Purple.
Purple. You know what? I swear to God, I was going to tell you had a purple aura.
Really?
I swear to God.
Very
Because
cool.
I don't see the aura. I don't literally see it, but I sense it.
You sense it, yeah.
a purple aura.
Yep, mine's usually purple.
And what's your astrological sign?
I'm a Leo.
Now, do you believe in astrology?
You know what? I believe in it a little bit. I'm not one to be like, oh, yeah.
Come on. It was. Why could it possibly be true?
But Leo, and I have an Aries rising and Aquarius moon.
All right.
And my daughter, she is a Taurus with Aries rising as well, and she is a Taurus moon.
Do the spirits have the answers to almost everything? So, for example,
Okay.
can they tell us if aliens have been visiting the planet? And are there alien spirits?
I believe they could. I do believe they
Would
could.
you check with Richard at some
I'll
point
ask
and
him.
ask? Because I'd be very interested. If we have aliens visiting the planet and the spirit world is aware of it, I think they owe it to us to tell
To let us know.
let us know.
Or they're going to come down and park on the White House lawn.
Oh, that would be exciting. I'll be there with my video camera.
Exactly,
Well, what
that's
an exciting interview this has been. I
very
appreciate
happy.
it. And Jean was at my grandma's here.
Yeah, but we have
And
to...
and the ship captain,
We
the guy
have
John.
do you know what his name was, hon? Is it
I have no
on the
idea.
deed? Okay,
I have
maybe
no
we
idea.
can figure that out.
But this was his house back in the day.
Yeah.
He was living here at this time. Can you I'm a great believer that objects pick up energy, especially
yes.
like rings and
gosh,
necklaces and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Can you get a better sense of a
Say who
departed
the
person
person-
if they bring an object, or doesn't it matter so much?
Honestly, it really doesn't matter so much. It's some people feel that they can do that really well, and honestly, other people have different gifts. But for me, it's hearing what spirit is telling me, or if we ask where something is, they're able to give me the information. For it.
Yeah.
But as for you handing me something of a family member's, I could get a sense of who they were, but it's not going to necessarily have them come through.
Right. Well, I have enjoyed this thoroughly. I thank you
very
for
good.
talking to me
Thank
about
you
it.
for having me over.
I had no idea that just talking to a medium would open up all these other topics.
Oh,
but
honey,
it's,
there's so many topics. And I'm also involved with the ghost walk and the witches walk and all of that within here in town in Keyport. And so yeah, I love doing all that type of stuff too. And I'm also a ghost investigator. So there's so many different things that can be opened up.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you for having me.
And that does it for our program. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Next week, a brand new episode. And please don't forget, if you see me out there wandering about, flying a drone up in the sky, or you see me out in the water in the boat with a camera, or you see me on a sidewalk, tap me on the shoulder and say hello, won't you? Because nothing is more important than meeting you. So long, everybody. Bye-bye.